Welcome back to the final part of the show. It's time for something seriously delicious. Erica Drummond's looking after it tonight. What are you making?
Hi, I'm making fish pie. I'm really excited. I recently asked my Instagram followers what makes them happy. What's their cheery, uppy dish? Like, what would make them smile or really comfort them? This was kind of before it started getting sunny. And I got loads of different responses. Might do another one on Wednesday, but one of them was fish pie. A few people were fish pie. Some people were chicken pie. So this dish can be made with chicken as well, if you prefer. But then when I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, fish pie for me, nostalgic, just reminds me of childhood. It's got all the elements. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, and we also don't work, loads of people aren't working in offices anymore, so you can't bring it in and stink out the place when you put it in the next day in the microwave.
Heat it up then and leave it on the counter for about 2 or 3 minutes.
You're not putting anyone out.
That'd be like when I got tuna sandwiches as a kid in school. Yeah, you'd have to go to the corner.
Oh, they're like, sit over there, yeah.
Yeah, you're not welcome here. Well, you will definitely be welcome with this. So I've just chopped up leek quite small because I want the leek to be through all the sauce. And what we're doing is making kind of a white sauce, like a roux. So that's just black pepper and leek frying in some butter. Okay. Measurements and everything will be up on 6 Eats and on Instagram and stuff. But basically we're kind of doing as much butter as there is going to be flour. But before I do that, I'm just softening the leeks. I'm not really browning them. I'm adding in 100 mils of wine.
So you're adding in 100 mils of wine. It looked like water there now.
So wine really adds extra flavour, makes it really delicious. This is kind of a step up. You could take away a few of the elements if you wanted, but I think nowadays we're all kind of adding a little bit extra to our meals. Maybe this is a Friday night fish pie, let's say.
Right, I got you. So it's 100 mils of wine in there. And as always, we will have everything up on 6 Eats so that you can get all the proper things. Erica will have it on her Instagram page, and I'll put it on my Instagram as well, so that you can see this. So you've got the wine in there.
So if the wine in there, you can see I've got a few things going on. I'm kind of poaching the smoked fish that's going into our dish. So I'm not actually poaching all the fish. So if you've ever made fish pie or if people have at home, they might poach all the fish. I find it overcooks it.
All right, okay.
So I am poaching the smoked one.
In milk or?
In milk.
Yeah.
And that will give the milk that's going to make the roux, that smoky flavour all over, as opposed to just a bite of the smoky bit. Okay, my flour is going in on top of my leeks. And we're just stirring that. We're actually kind of cook the flour. I've done a few roux on here, I'm sure, before, different recipes. You know, you might make a white sauce for lasagna. You want to cook that flour a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to scoop out. So you can either scoop out or you can be dangerous like me and just pour the milk in on top. Go for it.
All right.
This is living dangerously in lockdown, babe.
Dangerous, wild.
Dangerous.
Wild on the telly live. But honestly, it doesn't matter if a bit of fish goes in because obviously it's going to be going in anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so the milk has gone in. Yeah, it looks lumpy, it looks weird, it looks gross. Don't panic. Just bring it down to kind of medium.
And you might put a variety of fish in this. Oh,
yeah. So I love smoked fish, Martin. So I've put nearly half the amount of smoked fish to fresh fish. I use coulis, which is about half the price of cod, probably more sustainable and really delicious. Then I've got hake, which is a wild or an Irish fish. It's not farmed. And then I've got a little bit of salmon in there as well. Okay. But you can choose whatever you want. You can put, some people like to put prawns in it. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad on putting prawns in my fish pie. I just feel like the texture doesn't work amazingly, but it's up to you.
Each to their own.
Each to their own.
Yeah. It's down to individual taste.
So ideally at home, you do all this when the sauce itself had cooled down. What I'm going to do is put in my pieces of smoked fish first, because as I stir that in that lovely thick sauce, could have thickened that a little bit more, it kind of breaks up. That's good. We want it to break up because they're big pieces. Then I've cut my fish into smaller pieces. This is totally raw. Okay. That's going in.
So you've got their salmon, is it?
Salmon and hake.
The thing is, fish cooks quite quickly.
Fish cooks quite quickly, exactly. So the old-fashioned method of poaching it first, you're double cooking it. So kind of, yeah, I had to test this out a few times because that would have been the way my mum made it as well. But it's just less cooking of the fish and it doesn't need as much time.
Now this is the mother, she's not going to forget that.
I'm not slagging her. Mm-hmm. I'm also saying a lot of this is inspired by Mama. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. I don't know, you're on every bloody week now. I don't be watching it anymore.
Oh,
no,
thanks,
hopefully
Mrs.
she's watching. No,
what did you just put in there, Erica?
I know, I'm sorry, controversial. Boiled egg.
Why?
Because it's absolutely delicious. And
Okay.
sometimes you might get, like, say, a piece of poached haddock and a poached egg on top on mash with cheese, like a kind of brunchy dish. It works really well.
If you were to use
Yeah.
chicken instead of fish, as you mentioned, you wouldn't put the egg in, would you?
Oh, that's a good question.
I asked a good cooking question.
Yeah, I really like...
Mark it down, lads. It's never going to happen again.
I really like
This
boiled
will
egg.
be
but-
remembered in 100 years.
Go down in
Look, we're
infamy.
each their own. It's up to you. Test it.
Okay.
Taste it and then come back to us.
Right,
and tell us.
okay.
Okay, so in went cooked potato because I didn't want to leave it without it. Cooked a little bit of cubed potato. This is cream cheese. I'm actually using a gorgeous Galway Goat Farm cream cheese. So it's goat's cream cheese, but very subtle. You use any type you want.
I think this is a real treat meal.
That's what I'm saying. Friday
It is a
night
real treat meal.
or a Sunday lunch.
Yes.
So you stir all that. It smells sensational, if I do say so myself.
I love how that looks now. I know we've only got about 1:30 left.
Okay, so half the chives go in. We're going to keep some for the garnish. And then I've brought a few different dishes to say to you if you wanted to do it. Oh, here they are. For one person, for your neighbour, if you want to do individual ones.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
lovely.
Or if you want to do a big one for your family, what you do is you scoop it in. I'll just do it this way. 1 minute left. I might get my pastry done because I'm after forgetting it. It's underneath me. Hang on. Wait for it.
Fine.
We have the
Erica
time.
knows she's on the minute countdown. She's like, this is fine. We totally have it.
Where's it gone? Oh, no.
Hiding on you.
It's hiding on me.
Pastry?
Yeah. Okay.
Pastry goes on top, guys.
The pastry goes on top.
Here we go.
Phyllo
show you
pastry.
here.
This is instead of potatoes.
Oh.
And it is...
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Let's have a
Can
look
we
at
see
this.
this?
Oh,
So that's phyllo pastry. I essentially just buttered it.
Yeah.
Here's the individual
Hold on to-
ones.
so this is instead, as an option to potatoes, phyllo pastry.
Phyllo pastry comes in strips. I buttered it with some melted butter, which I have ready. I just
Yeah.
find the phyllo. And I scrunched it on top, just in little kind of rosettes, and into the oven. About 25 to 35 minutes, because it would depend on how warm your sauce is. If you think about it, my sauce there
look, everyone's getting a look at
kind
it
of
now.
warm. Everyone's coming in closer.
How
So we'll just get a little
delicious.
crunch in. So all I was saying basically is that a small one is great for giving to guests or friends, you know, to deliver over.
Get everything there. You know what to do. 6 eats, or find it on Erica at Drum's Kitchen, or I'll put it up on my Instagram as well. Erica Drum, Buddha Boss. That's all we've got time for tonight. A huge thank you to all of our guests. Lisa Dewan, Power Cowley, Daisy Kelleher, Fionnuala Jones, and to Erica for dinner.
We'll be back tomorrow at 6 to catch up with singer Mary Coughlin. But until then, stay safe, stay home, and have a very good evening. Bye-bye.